Hi everybody, my name is Bree and welcome back to my channel, Bree's Arts. All right, you guys, I'm so excited for today's video because I have been asked by Yelena over at Blondie Next Door to collab with her and Angela from Angela Jones DIY to do some Christmas thrift flips. And not only that, but today's video is also sponsored by Skillshare. Now, I will be talking about them a little bit later on in the video, but right now, I want to talk about my amazing partners in this collaboration. So for this Christmas collab, I am teaming up with Yelena from Blondie Next Door. If you like really simple, very beautiful high-end looking projects, then her channel is for you. Her stuff is gorgeous. And Angela Jones DIY, she does very, very high-end looking beautiful decor. Now both of these ladies' channels will be linked in my description box. So like I said, we are doing Christmas thrift flips. So I hauled my butt over to my local thrift store and found some really actually very cool items that I could flip for today's video. So make sure you check out the playlist down below to see what these other amazingly talented ladies have cooked up for today's collab. So over and above all of the items that I found at the thrift store, I have used some items from Dollar Tree and from Dollarama. So with that being said, you guys, let's jump into that first DIY. All right, you guys, here we go. Christmas thrift flip DIY number 1. So look at this adorable little sleigh that I found at a Value Village. This is my local thrift store. We actually call it Value Village, just to make it sound fancy. And so what I'm going to do here, I did clean it off with an alcohol wipe first, and I'm just going to give this, it actually took 3 coats of the white chalk paint by Folk Art. So, you know, the whole thing, front, back, sides, up, down, sideways, the whole thing. And this tissue paper here I got at Dollarama. It's so cute. I just love it. It's so nice and colorful and kind of whimsical. And so we are going to decoupage that tissue paper onto the sides of this little sleigh here. So using my Mod Podge, you know, put a very thin layer down and then just tap, tap, tap. You never want to rub it because you will tear the tissue paper. So just tap it down all the way across, and we're going to do that on both sides of the little sleigh. Isn't it so cute? Oh, I just love it. It's so cute. And then I blasted it with my heat gun because I'm very impatient and I did want it to dry quickly. And then grabbing my sanding block from the Dollar Tree here, I will just sand down the edges. Now, using a downward motion all the way around so you don't lift up any of the tissue paper at all. All the way around and just like that. Look at that. How slick was that? Looks awesome. And then I don't show it, but I did take my sanding block and I distressed all of the edges of the sleigh as well, just to bring out the color that was underneath. And now I'm just going to take this braided rope from Amazon and I'm just going to put a little bit of detail on here. It's a bit out of frame, sorry you guys. But just wrapping it around the bottom of the handle, I guess, of my sleigh, round and around and around, and then just using a little bit of hot glue at the ends just to keep it in place. Now you'll see here I cut it and then it all unravels, and I knew that was going to happen as soon as I cut it, but you know, had to do it. Putting some hot glue onto the rope and then securing it into place. And then just taking my lighter and getting rid of all of the little stray hairs and the fuzzies and whatnot. You guys know that I love, love, love this braided rope from Amazon. I will link it down in the description box. It's just a really nice, clean rope. And it's a nice color too. I just really love this rope. And just doing the same thing on the top here, throw some hot glue right directly on the rope and securing it into place, and then burning off the fuzzies with my lighter. Look at that. Oh, it looks so great. I love it. And so now I'm going to take one of these wooden plaques, I guess, from the Dollar Tree, and it fit in there perfectly. I wanted to create a base because this is going to be like a little, you know, planter or whatever, and I didn't want any of the foam to show through like underneath, so I'm just kind of making a base here for the center. And then using my scraper tool, for some reason I was much too lazy to go upstairs and grab a knife. I'm just putting some floral foam from the Dollar Tree into the bottom of the sleigh here. And I will secure that down with some hot glue, just so that it doesn't move around too much. Just like that. I love this little sleigh, you guys, it's so cute. And now taking some of these picks from the Dollar Tree, some poinsettias, a few of these little sparkly balls, and I show you these little jingle bell thingies, but I don't actually use them, but they're cute anyways. You get them at the Dollar Tree too. And I'm just going to kind of dismantle all of these picks here so that I can arrange them in my sleigh, you know, just to make my eyes happy. I'm not, I don't know, maybe I'm just too self-critical, but I honestly don't think I'm very good at arranging flowers, but this turned out pretty good. And then taking some of my poinsettias here and just arranging them down the center. And a few of these little white, I don't know, berry picks, I guess. All of this is from the Dollar Tree, guys. They have the most beautiful Christmas florals. And a few of these little sparkly balls, you know, just throwing them in wherever I feel like, you know, needs a space. And then just securing them down into that floral foam. This actually worked out really, really well. And the nice thing about it too, if you want to, you can take all of this out and switch it up to different colors or whatever you want to do, right? And then of course, just filling in all of the little gaps and whatnot so that you cannot see any of the floral foam underneath, just pushing in some of the pine branches. And that is it, you guys, for our little sleigh. Oh my goodness, I love it. Let me know what you think. All right, and now a word from our sponsor, Skillshare. Whoop, whoop. Skillshare is an online community where millions of creators come together to take the next steps in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of classes on a variety of topics for creative people like you and me. You can take classes on illustration, crafting, photography, anything that you can think of to expand your creative abilities. Now, one of the perks of Skillshare is that most of their classes are about 60 minutes or less, so there's no problem fitting them into your busy schedule. You can expand existing skills, explore new passions, and totally get lost in the creative process. The Skillshare classes are curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads, so you can totally get lost in creativity. Skillshare is also adding premium classes all the time, so you can follow wherever your creativity takes you. So while browsing through my recommended classes, I came across this one called Starting a Successful Side Hustle by Ali Abdaal. I have not done it yet, but as per the description, it says that he will go through various strategies, tools, and techniques to help manage time, attention, and ideas to create a successful side hustle. So crafting is my side hustle, you guys, and I can't wait to delve into this class. All right, you guys, so this is exciting because the first 1,000 of my viewers to click the link down in the description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so that you can start exploring your creativity. So I want to send a huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. And with all that being said, you guys, let's jump back into those DIYs. Okay, here we go. Christmas Thrift Flip DIY number 2. All right, so I found this little, it looks like a Christmas tree to me, at Value Village. It's like $2. And I just thought it was perfect to just give it a makeover. So first off, I am just going to give this a couple of coats of the white chalk paint just to make sure that we can't see any of that red at all on here. I wanted to get rid of all of that red color. So giving it some coats. Paint, paint, paint. Look at me go, painting away. I'm sorry, I should have cut this down a little bit. All right, and so for that base, I wanted to kind of give it a wood look. So grabbing my Antique Wax by Waverly and my little chippy brush, I'm just going to go across the bottom here, making sure that I can see all of those awesome brush strokes, and it gives it that, you know, natural wood look along the bottom there. Just like that. Very, very light coat of that antique wax. This is a very woodsy looking tree. I love how this turns out. So this is some eucalyptus, I think it said on there, also from the Dollar Tree. I'm just taking off all of the leaves from there, and then the plastic little veins, I guess, like the leaf veins from all of those. And I lost some of the footage here, you guys. I'm so sorry, but you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just taking the leaves individually and hot gluing them all around my tree, making sure that they overlap on one side so that it's like a fluid, you know, overlap all the way around. And look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Oh, I love this tree, you guys. I think it turned out so great. And so taking some of these, I don't know, what are they called? Little garland, wired bead garland things you get at the Dollar Tree. There's a whole bunch of different colors. I just wanted to keep it nice and neutral. So I am using the white, and you can see here I'm just taking the vine and literally just twisting it all the way around the tree. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of color, like use the white, and then you could take some of those little red berries that you can get from the Dollar Tree picks and, you know, put them all over, or, you know, the possibilities are endless with these, you guys. And really, if you don't have this exact, you know, cone shaped tree, get a styrofoam cone from like Michael's or any kind of craft store, stick a wooden dowel in the bottom, and voila, you have a little tree that you can do this exact same project with. And just taking one of these little wood laser cutouts here from the Dollar Tree in the star shape, I just attached that with some hot glue at the top of my tree. And now for the trunk of the tree, again, I'm just using some of this braided rope from Amazon, and we're just going to adhere that with some hot glue all the way around and just go, you know, round and round. You can't really see it from this camera angle, but you guys know exactly what I'm doing here. Just wrapping the tree trunk all the way around. And that is it for this cute little tree, you guys. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love how it turned out. It's so pretty. All right, you guys, last one, Christmas Thrift Flip DIY number 3. All right, so I got this candlestick from the Restore here in my city, and you can see here I just jammed one of my wood beads into the top there because I'm going to be making like a tray, like a riser, and so I needed something super solid in there to be sure that it would stay put. So you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. And now taking these 2 wood rounds, they are the 8-inch wood rounds from Amazon, painted those up with my white chalk paint, and now taking my antique wax, I'm just going to give the base here a quick coat. Now, ideally what I should have done is sanded this whole thing down so that the antique wax would actually absorb better into the wood, but you know, I didn't do that. So I think there was some sort of a finish on there already. So it didn't really come out the color that I wanted it to, but it definitely darkened it up a little bit. So, you know, I wasn't mad about it. And now taking my drill, I'm just going to drill a hole in the center. And then here you can see I'm drilling a hole into the candle holder so that I can secure that wood round with a screw. This is really off kilter, but it worked out okay. And it's nice and secure on the top there. And so here I painted up these wood beads from Amazon. I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know what size they are, but I ended up using, I think, 39, which is kind of a strange number, but I used 39 beads all the way around the top of this wood round here, and space them out as evenly as you can, and going all the way around. Eventually, we'll get there. There we go. See? Looks great. And so taking the other white round that I painted up there, I had to work like super fast. So putting hot glue along some of the beads, I didn't do all of them only because I knew that the hot glue would cool down really quickly. So I just did, you know, a few random ones. It worked out really well. Pushed that on there and then flipped it upside down so that it would be nice and adhered. And look at that. Oh, I just love this so much. And then taking some more of that beaded garland, I don't really know what to call it, you guys. I don't know, garland. And I'm just hot gluing that, you know, here and there, just taking it around the base of our little tray here, just so that it's nice and even, and I'm, you know, hot gluing here and there to make sure it's nice and secure around the bottom. This gives me like super woodsy, rustic Christmas vibes, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you know, winter cottage kind of vibes, I guess. And just securing that again, like I said, with hot glue here and there, just to make sure everything's all perfect around the base. Just like that. Isn't it so pretty? I love how this turned out. It's so darn cute. Look at that, hey? That's so nice. And just to finish this off and give it more of a, you know, Christmas touch, I took some of these pine branches from the Dollar Tree, hot glued them to the base here. So one on each side, so two of them, obviously. And then I took one of those little pine cones from a Dollar Tree pick and clipped off the little stem there, and then hot glued that down to the bottom. And that is it for this DIY. It's so cute, and you can decorate it however you want. It's so versatile. I just think it's so, so pretty. All right, you guys, that is it for our Christmas thrift flips. I would like to send a huge thank you to Yelena and to Angela for joining me today in this collaboration. Make sure you guys go down to my description box and check out the playlist. You won't want to miss what these amazingly talented ladies have in store for this collab. And if you'd like to support my channel, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link down in the description box as well. And if you like what you see, do me a solid. Tap that like button, maybe subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all of that jazz. Stay tuned for the gag reel. Bye, guys. All right, you guys, so I am part of all right, you guys, all right, now, a word from our sponsor. You can expand existing passions. What do I say? The skill share. Fly. Chew fly. Check out my toque. Yeah, it's a toque. It is a toque, not a beanie. It's a toque. So the reason for the toque is threefold. First off, it's cute, and I got it at Dollarama. Secondly, it's, you know, fall, winter's coming, so I thought it would be a cute little accessory. And third, my roots are horrible. I look like Mrs. Claus. So, toque. And not, oh, no. So guys, go, check out the playlist. Check it out. Go and watch these amazing ladies' videos. You will not be sorry. Off you go. Go, go, go.